it's time for another episode of Vaughan is Local, and we're really happy today to be joined by Jen Cabral at Yoga Loft Vaughan. Thanks very much for coming and joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So we were joking around before this that both of our air conditioning systems have broken.
Yes.
So we all have towels to de-shine us throughout this interview because it is a hot day.
All right, so we'll have designated towel breaks in the middle of the interview.
That's right, yeah. Very good.
But yeah, so enough about the heat, I guess, or segueing from the heat, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the
So normally this is great in this room. The students that come here, we're a hot yoga studio. So we do yoga in the heat, and the hotter the better. But obviously we're closed right now because of COVID. We've been closed since March. But we're a local hot yoga studio. We have a really amazing community here, and we run about 6 classes a day, all different styles of yoga. We have Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Hatha. We do some prenatal classes. We do restorative. So everything you need, we provide. We just provide what we can for our clients. And we also do meditations once a month, full moon meditation. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And how long have you been in business for?
Well, this studio location has been here for about 10 years, but I took it over in December of 2018. So just about a year and a half. Yeah.
Nice.
But I was teaching in the community for a few years before that.
Okay. Nice.
And teaching at this studio too.
Okay.
Yeah, so when she offered, she wanted me to buy it, she thought that it would be a good fit for me right away. I knew that I wanted to do this. I've always wanted to open a studio, and I thought it would be in Costa Rica, but Woodbridge is great too.
We're starting to feel almost as humid now, so you know, close.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So were you somebody who was using that studio before you took it over, or did you just meet?
I was teaching here. I practiced here, and I taught here. Yeah, it's always been a really special space. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And what are some of the benefits of hot yoga?
So the hot yoga, it helps to, you do sweat a lot, so you can release some toxins. It also relaxes the muscles more so that you can go deeper into your postures. It's also just, it's good to sweat. Helps you sweat, helps you move easier into your poses. And it also, like, I don't like to relate yoga with weight loss, but that is also one of the benefits. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So is this something like, if you're someone who's familiar with yoga, but not hot yoga, is it almost identical with the exception that it's in the hot atmosphere, or is it different movements and things as well?
No, the movements would all be the same. So the same standing sequences. The only classes we don't do hot are Ashtanga, just because it's such a vigorous practice, but all the other classes, Vinyasa, Hatha, we do those in the heat. But it is the same postures, similar sequences. Every teacher comes up with their own sequences. There are a few set sequences, but the poses would be the same type of class. So you could do, like the classes we've been teaching online on Instagram and on our YouTube channel, we would teach those same classes in the heat.
Okay, very good. So since COVID has hit, you've been closed. So you've been doing things though by online through live videos? Yeah.
So what we did was we wanted to stay connected with our community, and because you can go online and find yoga classes, but you might not see your favorite teachers. So I have an amazing group of teachers here, and they've all been doing it. We haven't been charging. We love teaching. People don't get into yoga for the money, I'll tell you that. But we love to teach, and we love staying connected to our community. So we've been doing online Instagram lives, and we also started a YouTube channel as well, because in the beginning, the Instagram would delete our class after a while. So then we said, we want to keep these and also have a stock of classes. So that's how we've been staying connected, is online through online classes. And we just actually started doing some yoga in the park as well with social distancing.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. So I know when we close out, we'll tell people how to reach you, but because we're talking about the lives and the YouTube now, where can they find that? Because they just thought they're watching this and they're excited to go to it right now. So
so on our Instagram page, like if you're looking at your Instagram homepage, there's like a grid, and then there's a little TV in the middle, and then I guess another grid of where you're tagged. The TV in the middle, there's a whole bunch of classes there. And we started out doing 7 classes a week, but now we've cut down. But there's always, even on the homepage, last night's full moon meditation is still there if you wanted to do that. But they're right on our page. Or we have a YouTube channel, Yoga Loft Vaughan YouTube, and there's a whole bunch of I think we have about 22 classes on there now.
Wow.
So all different styles, teachers. So even if you've never been to the studio before, you can try our YouTube online, and then you'll be familiar with the teachers on the schedule as well. Yeah.
That's a great way to start to familiarize, like you said, the teachers.
Sorry, I'm gonna towel.
Yeah, towel break. Okay. Towel break.
I know.
So for somebody who hasn't done yoga, or somebody who's thinking about it, or it's been suggested, is there a path that they should follow, or that typically they go into, or does it depend on what their objectives are? Like if they're deciding what to do when they come to your studio?
Okay, so what we do here is we do have we have all different levels of classes. So what I tell people is to come here and do the 1 month. It's $45, unlimited. You can't go wrong. And just try all the different classes. And we're always here at the front desk. Usually I'm here 90% of the time, and I can direct them if they tell me, especially if they have injuries or things like that. Let our teachers know. Like, we all talk here, and it's very, so if they have a specific path or injury, they can just let us know. But if they're just curious, just come in and try every class on the schedule. And so that's what I always suggest to people, and they always fall in love with the practice.
That's great. And how long are the classes normally? 60 minutes.
Okay. Our classes are 60 minutes long.
Okay. And do you find most people come like a few times a week, or how often do you recommend people?
I tell people to get the benefits to try and come 3 times a week, and that's usually what they'll do. We have some people who come every day, twice a day, and then there's some people who can just come on the weekends. Right. So we have we have a lot of variety on our schedule, so to suit anybody.
Awesome. So you've been shut since March, like a lot of businesses, and I'm sure like a lot of those businesses, you're eager to get back open again. How, like, you've been definitely filling the time well with all the things that you're doing. Like, what is your plan and expectation for how things are going to open back up for you? Okay, so
we cannot open till phase 3. So that's fine. We're prepared for that. We're hoping there's rumors that it's this weekend, maybe. But what we're doing is, normally we could put about 20 to 25 people into our studio, but with social distancing, we've measured out the room, so we can only fit 9 students plus the teacher. So we've set up the room, and to accommodate that, we've added 2 extra classes per day for now. And they have to sign in online in advance. We have a Mind Body app. It's all on Instagram and the website, and there's an additional waiver that they have to fill out. But otherwise, we're just gonna try. There's half an hour between classes. We'll just run classes all day. And that's just in the beginning. So things could change, and we're ready to change. But the studio's set up that people will enter through the front of the front, and then we have a back door which we'll set up. So we'll have them come into the front. And our practice room is in the middle. So we have the front door, practice room, change rooms, washrooms at the back. So they'll come in the front, come into the practice room. The front will be sterilized while they practice. They leave out the back. We sterilize back their washrooms. So that's how we're working it for now. So we're trying to be really, really diligent. And there's a few things that will change. Normally, teachers would do hands-on adjusting. We won't do that right now. We'll encourage students. We usually lend mats. We won't be doing that. You have to bring your own mat. And then also even blocks and props that we encourage everybody to bring their own as well. So those are just little things down there. Some people really don't care. They're easygoing about that. And this studio is very clean, and our clients know that, but it's just taking those extra steps to make sure. So we're prepared to do that. The only thing that we have to figure out is if they implement masks, then that would be a huge problem for us. You can't breathe in the heat with these masks. So we've made an appeal to the local MP, and we'll see what happens from there.
Okay. Well,
but we will not open unless we feel 100% that everybody is safe.
Well, it sounds like you've thought everything through, so that's great. You're there, right? It's just a matter of getting the go ahead in the way you need to.
Yeah, we're hoping it's soon, because people need yoga now more than anything. Like so many people right now are feeling depressed. There's people who are, it's not been easy, the mental health on people. So we want to help with that. And you can only do so much online. And
well, and I feel like people are getting tired of that too.
Yeah, and we want to share energy, right? When we're together in a class, we're sharing energy and releasing emotions, and that you have to do in person. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's one thing people, I mean, whatever stigma there might have been 5-10 years ago about yoga, especially with men, you know, that it's not a manly thing or whatever. I think people have realized it's also not just about weight loss. Like you were saying, there's so many benefits to it that are, you know, I mean, you mentioned mindful, like being able to kind of decompress everything in your life.
Yeah. And with the thing with men, we started out where you'd have maybe one man in a class. Now I would say about 40% of our clients are men.
Wow.
And we do a lot of, it also builds a lot of body strength, the classes that we teach here. So, and we do have male teachers as well. So a lot of men are coming to yoga now too, which is great.
Yeah, it's a true story. Like my life before this, I worked for the Toronto Argonauts, the football club. And the players' favorite routine was when we brought a yoga instructor in. And it was by far the workout that they all looked to. It wasn't about the weights, it was about that. So it's
true. It's not as easy as people think. Maybe it's just stretching, but you're building a lot of strength and core strength. Because we believe, especially the philosophy, the way I teach my classes, if you feel strong physically, you're going to feel strong mentally as well. So we really work on that. Yeah.
Definitely. A selfish question. I'm looking to get more into meditation. So I'm wondering, like, what are your, I mean, I want to go now to see your live video that you did yesterday. What are some tips to start getting into it and getting your mind more quiet?
Well, meditation is not an easy thing to do. It takes practice like anything. When we do the meditations here, it's very relaxed. We don't make you sit up straight and you can lie down, you can get props, feel comfortable. I would say you start with 1 minute meditation, just breathing, focusing on your breath, and then each day you can move up. There's also, if you can't get to the studio, there's an app called Minute Timer. It's a free meditation app, and you can choose, there's a lot of apps, but that's my favorite, but you can choose the length of your meditation. What do you want your meditation for? Is it for more grounding, or maybe you need confidence that day? And then just even, I start with guided meditations. So either at a studio or using this app, and then eventually, it's easier to be guided to start with, and then eventually you'll build your own meditation practice. But that's how I would say to start. And it's not selfish, it's so important.
Yeah.
Because if you're good, everybody else is good.
Yeah, definitely.
Around you. Yeah.
For sure. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. That helped me too.
Yeah.
Although I'm gonna learn through her. She's learning through you, and I'm learning through her. So as a go forward, I mean, obviously COVID has put a speed bump in a lot of people's businesses and lives, but what are your goals for the business going forward once you come out of this? Is it, are there certain goals you've set for the business and for the studio?
Well, I haven't really, my goals are more in terms of getting my clients back to where they need to be. Because when you're out of practice for 4 months, and people do the online, but they're not. So I want to get them remotivated. We're going to start from the basics. We always work as a group of teachers here. So we've been working towards more difficult poses. When we reopen, we're going to take it back to the basics, perfect the foundations again, move up from there, and just get people comfortable with being in this space again. So starting with all of that. And then of course there is the business side of it that, I'm just hoping. Our landlord's been amazing. He's been really good with giving us a little bit of a break. So just hopefully being able to, run the studio, because with, the memberships have been on hold for 4 months, and with people coming back. So their memberships aren't even going to be up for another few months. So we're hoping to bring in new people, and I'm just hoping that I can accommodate all the people that want to be accommodated. So adding those classes, you're adding payroll to your teachers. So from that perspective, I'm just hoping we get through this, and so that's the business side of it.
Yeah.
As far as that's, but I think I think we're going to be okay. We're going to do okay. Yeah, we'll be good. People are dying to come back. I know that, because they're texting and emailing and begging for private classes, which I'm not doing, just so you know.
One day maybe.
Soon.
I'm following all the rules. I'm being a good girl.
Yeah.
Soon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So where do people find you? Where's your studio?
Okay, so we're on Islington. We're off of Islington on Sonoma Boulevard. You can see our studio from Islington when you're stuck in the traffic going north. But we're north of Rutherford, south of Major Mac.
Okay.
So that's where we're located. And then we have a website, yogaloft.ca, has everything there, all the teachers, the schedule. You can even purchase your memberships or passes there. Download the MindBody app there. And then we also have Instagram. So we're Yoga Loft Vaughan on Instagram. And we have Facebook, but I don't think anybody's on Facebook anymore. I don't know. But whenever I post on Instagram, it's there too, but we're just, we're mostly on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll get a sense of who we are by going to that page.
Awesome.
Well, we hope that even more people start following you now, start catching up with what you're doing, and revving themselves up for this phase 3 open, so that.
Yes, I hope it's the fingers crossed. Have you guys heard anything, or do you know anything?
I think everyone's cautiously optimistic right now that, you know.
Yeah. The numbers are down again today, so.
Yeah, I just noticed that. That's great.
Yeah.
Are you planning more of you said you did one in the park, like, are you planning
we're going to do one, I think, on Thursday this week, either tomorrow or Thursday, and then I'll do one on the weekend again. Yeah. So but that's, again, limited numbers. So what I'll do is I'll announce it the night before, the first 9 people to text me, and there's no charge. We're just doing it to promote ours. It was so nice to teach to real people. It was amazing. Yeah. I came home and I told my husband, "Oh, it's so exciting. That was the best day ever." And he's like, "Wow, it doesn't take much to make you." It's amazing.
We've learned to appreciate the smallest things.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah, I miss teaching, because then you get the energy. Like if you're teaching in this room to your Zoom or whatever, you don't get any feedback. And I like to tell jokes during my class, and nobody's laughing. I can't hear them. So.
Was it funny?
Yeah. You don't know. So, or even, so it's nice. Or even to help people, to say, "Oh, move your foot forward." Like, it's that kind of practice, right? Where you want to help your students go deeper. So it'll be,
And even just
so the park is good. Yeah. Sometimes just a little adjustment, and they get that aha moment, and it changes the pose for them, right? So so we'll do 2 more in the park, unless we open on the weekend. Then we'll obviously be doing them here.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully that is the case. You're back in the studio on the weekend, and you'll be able to get going and get the momentum, and everybody will benefit from you opening.
Yeah, you guys have to come by when we open too.
Yes, I would love that.
I prefer that kind of hot than the one we're sitting in right now. So.
But you know what? It's kind of the same, because it's very humid, right? But I actually need another. It's just I should have put my hair too.
If it's for purpose, I'm okay with
That's
it.
Right. We're away some pounds now. It's just by sitting.
I know.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jen. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.